I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs, new ways to get you cooking in your kitchen. Today, we're making a fresh, family-friendly dinner. A tomato basil salad, citrus marinated salmon with baked potatoes, and a watermelon slushie. Today we're welcoming Kiva Williams back to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen. You can find her online at the Fun Foodie Mama. Welcome back to the Dinner DeeAs, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
It's so great to have you back here. Kiva was last here sharing a festive food celebration for Kwanzaa of her herb roasted Cornish hen, southern black-eyed peas, and spicy vegan collard greens, which taste great any time of the year and is still available on dinnerdeas.com. And today, though, it's another masterpiece for moms and dads to get everybody in the family, and anyone else who's hungry for that matter, all in the kitchen together, because we're going to be doing 3 delicious dishes: a tomato basil salad, citrus marinated salmon with baked potatoes, and a watermelon slushie?
Yes.
Come on now. Where do we get started on this masterpiece?
So let's start on potatoes because they take the longest.
Okay.
You just poke a couple holes in them, wrap them in foil, and put them in the oven.
And what's the purpose of adding these holes into the potato?
I'm trying to get the cooking time down. I want to make sure it doesn't take forever to cook. You know?
Sure.
Plus, my mom did it, so I'm a creature of habit. I remember my mom doing this.
So what Mama knows must be right.
Yes, exactly.
Trust me, moms are always right.
Yes. So I'm going to grab some foil.
Okay.
If you don't mind wrapping one piece for me.
I absolutely do not.
I'll do the other one.
You got a trick for it there? You like to fold them in? You like to do origami with it? Are we going to make like a swan or something?
I just grab and go. Just grab. Make sure they're covered though.
Just make sure it's covered then.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
So we're going to set our oven to 400 degrees.
Okay.
Place them in right on the rack. And then we're going to keep moving.
Perfect. To grab all of Kiva's recipes, head over to our website, dinnerdeas.com. Find us by getting your phone and opening the camera app and zooming in on the square down there in the corner of the screen. It's our QR code. And when your camera recognizes it, a link to us should appear. So, potatoes are in the oven.
Yes.
What do we got to do next?
So next we're going to make our citrus glaze.
Ooh.
And I'm featuring oranges because, hey, we live in Florida, so why not, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to grab my mason jar because, again, growing up, I saw my mom in the kitchen using her mason jar to make salad dressing, so I'm going to do the same thing.
Isn't it kind of fun with those little moments of like where, you know, your parents or your grandparents come and influence like what you're doing today?
Yes, exactly. So hopefully my kids see me and they do the same thing.
And it's another generation of doing the same kind of ritual. Yep. I love that. All right.
So the main ingredients are apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
And extra virgin olive oil.
Very nice.
So we're going to pour this in. And you use equal parts, so whatever amount of olive oil you use the same of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
All right, and then we're gonna add some orange marmalade.
Ooh, nice, all right.
And scoop that in. And then my secret ingredient
is, we got a secret ingredient coming.
Is soy sauce.
Soy sauce?
Yeah, it gives that little extra bite and it adds the sodium that you need. Not too much, you know?
Perfect, perfect.
About 1 teaspoon, or 1 tablespoon, sorry.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna slice my orange. And if you hand me that citrus squeezer,
I will.
I'm gonna use half of it, but of course it's a little bit small, so I'm gonna cut this one more time. Maybe even one more time.
I was gonna say, like, is that gonna fit in the squeezer?
Right. And then I love this because when I try to get my kids involved in the kitchen, they love using this. So we're gonna squeeze some fresh orange juice right into our mason jar. Just gotta position it one more time. So
if I was just to go get, like, you know, some champagne and a little bit too, we can have some fresh squeeze, like, you know.
Listen.
No?
I love what you're saying, so. I'm all aboard. And of course, we're gonna add in some salt and pepper to taste. And of course, you can get as fancy as you want to. Like if you had garlic, some fresh garlic at home, you can add that. But I'm just keeping it simple because I like to use what I have in my pantry.
Perfect. So what was coming out of the pantry right here with your salt?
So I have some pink Himalayan salt. I like to use that.
Ooh.
And it kind of gives you a little bit more robust taste.
Okay.
And of course, black pepper. And then here's the fun part. So if you were at home with me, you're one of my kids, I would ask you to close the tight.
Well, I mean, are you looking to adopt one? I mean, like, you want, like, you know, someone in their late 30s to be like,
I don't know.
I eat light.
I was gonna say, because my oldest eats a lot.
So all we gotta do is just shake this so that way all the ingredients come together?
Yep. Make sure that marmalade gets dissolved in there. And we're good to go.
All right. Well, the party continues in this mason jar. We're taking a quick break. And when we come back, how that vinaigrette works 2 ways. On a salad and also on salmon. Ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're cooking today with Kiva Williams, otherwise known as the Fun Foodie Mama, and making 3 delicious dishes that any mom, dad, pop, or Mima could make. Tomato basil salad, citrus marinated salmon with baked potatoes, and a watermelon slushie. Before the break, we tackled our taters, stabbing them all over with a fork until they were finally dead. Wrapping them in foil and then baking them in an oven for about an hour here.
Yeah.
Next, we mix together our citrus vinaigrette, combining extra virgin olive oil, apple cider vinegar, a little soy sauce, orange marmalade, freshly squeezed orange juice, and a little salt and pepper. And giving it a good shake in the mason jar, we mix it in just like how Mom used to do it.
Yes.
I love that. But now we got to serve this all up so that way then we can get the salad to take on all these beautiful flavors. So how can I help you with this? And what do we got already sliced up?
So we have some tomatoes, cucumbers, red onions, and I'm introducing radishes. So I try to get my kids to try new things.
Okay.
And when I was younger, I remember eating radishes. They tasted a little bit spicy.
Okay.
So this is my way of infusing it into a dish they're used to.
Okay.
Kind of like slightly disguising it, but hey, trying to get them to try something new.
Well, with 3 kids, you got to find a way to introduce new ingredients into dishes that, you know, can be a little, you know, approachable for them, right?
Exactly.
Everyone's got to have that nice little bit to kind of come together on.
How do you feel about radishes?
I love radishes. I love radishes. I actually will pickle them quite a bit actually at the house. And so
radishes?
oh yeah.
Okay, I gotta get that recipe from you.
I will help you with that one because that one is a total winner on that front. So yeah, I love radishes quite a bit.
So does your son like radishes?
I'm doing the same thing that you're doing, hiding them into the dishes.
Right.
Love you, Holden, but you eating radishes.
They don't even know, right? They don't even realize what they're eating. They're just like, oh, Mom, this is good.
Exactly. They're
sure
good.
Is.
Exactly. And like, you know, that's the fun thing is sometimes, you know, having that whole like moment to just kind of surprise them with ingredients that, you know, they haven't seen, they haven't tried, but then afterwards you're like, wow, this was actually really good.
Exactly. So we got our radishes, our red onions, got the cherry tomatoes, and some cucumbers, of course. So fun fact, when I was younger, I just didn't really like tomatoes.
Okay.
But as I get older, more mature.
Okay. Your palate has now taken on some things because, like, you know, here we're talking about the kids. We're trying to hide some of the ingredients for the kids, but there's some adults that don't like it. Let's just, you know, call a spade here. You know, be honest here.
Exactly.
This is a circle of trust. Okay.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe cooking space. It's a safe space. This is your safe space for just, you know, good ingredients.
Yeah, but like I said, now that I'm older, I actually really like the taste of tomatoes, and they complement this dish really well.
Nicely.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And we're gonna add some fresh ingredients, some basil.
Okay.
And I'm gonna chop up this avocado.
Nice.
So the thing about avocados though, they can like be good or bad. Like you buy them from the store, they look pretty, right?
Yeah.
3 days later, they still look good, and then that one time you want to use for your salad, you're like, okay, what happened?
It's
Why
just
did you
not the
turn
same.
on me? So I'm praying this one is a good one. Let's see what happens.
It's that moment of truth to just kind of go into it and be like, oh.
Oh, it's good.
You got a good one.
Okay, yay.
You got a good one.
Because sometimes, like, you know, you wait one day too late, and it's like, dang.
You missed that moment.
Yes. How do you try to preserve your avocados? Do you put them in the brown bag, or do you?
Brown bag, yeah.
Okay, I've heard that.
The brown bag, and then also sometimes, like, if say for instance this was already like a guacamole that I had done, I will literally put the saran wrap on it and push as much air as I possibly can, and then with that seal very tight, I'll put water. So that way then it creates a complete barrier from any oxidation at all. And that helps with the whole browning process of it.
Okay, I got to learn that trick. So you have a lot of tricks.
You know,
tricks of the trade.
Tips of the trade there.
But I really like avocados because they have, you know, natural fat.
Yeah, and the good fat you want. And so it's really nice. Because like you think sometimes, oh hey, you only need to have it for your toast. No.
Nope.
You need it for your tacos. Also a no.
Right.
You can have so much more fun with it as well.
Yes. And it adds a really nice flavor to this salad. So once we get this all chopped up, we're going to combine it into the larger bowl. Okay. And give it a good mix with our vinaigrette.
Now, how do you like to have your basil cut for this one here? I'm literally just stacking them right now because I was thinking of a chiffonade. Like, is that cool?
Yes, that'll be perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. And depending on how much you love avocados, you can use 2 or 3. I just used 1 for this recipe, but hey, some people love avocados. So
some people love the avocados and they're just going to nosh away on it.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And so sometimes my kids get out of eating things by saying something is too spicy. Like if I add black pepper, they'll be like, "Oh, Mom, it's spicy. I can't eat it." So I'm like, okay, somehow I gotta disguise it by adding other
disguise
things,
it in.
because you're gonna try this one time.
That's it. So then all of these ingredients are gonna go straight into our bowl here.
Yes. So our cucumbers. You're gonna add the tomatoes for me. the red onions. How do you feel about red onions?
I love red onions.
Okay.
I love red onions. And I mean, right here, this is everything that's working for me already. Like you add in the red onions, now we're just going into like Flavor Town.
And I can smell the basil. It smells
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
wish our audience could smell it too, because it's really...
You know, there's been modern technology hints, but like we still have not invented smell-o-vision yet. So,
Right.
you know, we're working on that
that.
one. We're working on that one.
I'm gonna add the avocados.
Okay.
And again, if you love avocados, feel free to add more.
And I'm just gonna add in
basil.
that basil right there.
I'm gonna grab a paper towel, and then, wow, it's looking really good.
This is really healthy. It's colorful,
Yes.
which looks good. I'm gonna give our vinaigrette just a nice little shake here again.
And we eat with our eyes, so it has to be appealing, you know?
Absolutely. All right. Now this is gonna be used two ways because we're
Yes.
gonna use this for the salad as well as for our salmon. So how much should I really add in here now?
Just, you know. a
You
little
tell
bit.
me
Okay, I'll tell you
when.
when to stop. Okay. That's good. That's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
All right.
Give it a good mix, and then once it sets in the fridge for a little bit, all the ingredients have mixed together. And
I love
it's
it.
good to go.
And we're just gonna give this a nice little toss here.
Yes, nice little toss with those skills you got.
I love that. It's coming all back to me right here.
Yeah.
To grab the recipe for Kiva's fun family food, go to DinnerDeeAs.com. All the ingredients you need, the amounts, the ingredients, the directions are ready to print. Just scan the QR code to get there. You think I've been able to get this all set, ready to
Yeah,
go?
it looks really good. Nicely coated, and yeah, throw some wrap on there, and we'll put it in the fridge.
All right.
So I'm gonna get ready to get our salmon, which I'm really excited about, because who doesn't love salmon?
Salmon's fantastic. It's such a great fish. It's so approachable, and you can find it out anywhere.
And it pairs well with the salad.
Love it.
So I have the salmon here. Got two nice sized pieces.
Okay.
This could easily feed 4 people
Absolutely.
because the sizes are nice and thick. And so, of course, before we put the marinade on it, we're gonna hit it with a little salt and pepper.
Nice.
Get those flavors going, you know. And this is just to taste, so you know, as much as you want. I'm going to wipe this off and slice it in half.
Okay.
And then, do you want to help me coat the salmon?
I certainly can.
Okay, so I'm gonna just cut it in half. You know, you can eyeball it. Sometimes my kids, you know, fight over what piece is the biggest, so I gotta make sure I give everybody a fair piece.
Fair piece.
With 3
No one
kids,
has
you
lost a
know.
limb yet
Right,
at the Williams household fighting over that salmon.
right. Okay, this is a little tough, but it's okay. We can just rip the skin off if you need to.
Okay.
This looks good. I'm place it in the bowl. Do my next piece. And those pieces look pretty good, right? I mean, that's a nice portion size.
Absolutely it is.
Yeah. Okay, next we're gonna add that marinade.
Okay. Now do you pour straight over? Do you brush it on? I mean, you gave me the brush here, so
mean-
how do you want me to kind of work this?
So we can pour it in, then we can brush it to,
Pour and brush.
yeah,
All right.
you know, 2 ways.
2 ways, getting all that flavor to it. Okay.
Make sure it's coated, you know.
Make sure it's all coated. It gets all that flavor.
And so we're gonna cook this in the air fryer. So how do you feel about air fryers?
I love the fact that you're playing with the air fryer, but why are we using the air fryer?
The air fryer is quick and easy. You
Okay.
set it and you forget it.
I like that. I like that.
And it gives it that extra like taste that sometimes you miss from, like, you know, you're cooking something healthy, but sometimes, you know, when you fry things or you cook it like an unhealthy way,
Sure.
it has a really good taste and you're missing that. So the air fryer kind of gives you that little crunch, but not too like overcooked. You know?
Absolutely, and because like you got the potatoes happening behind me here, you know, some people don't have the luxury of having double ovens, so I get it.
Yeah.
An air fryer is a perfect opportunity to get a really nice cook with being able to use 2 ovens at the same time if you don't have one already set up that way. So this allows us to now have a different temperature for our salmon.
Yes.
Because we got 400 degrees behind me with those potatoes. What are we going to have here with our salmon?
We're gonna cook it on 350.
Okay,
20
perfect.
minutes and it'll be done.
Perfect.
So one last thing that I like to do is put a nice piece of butter and then an orange slice, because the butter brings out the flavor and then the orange gives it a nice little zest.
Absolutely, it does. Love that.
Do that. And then if you want to, you can marinate this for 30 minutes in your fridge. But hey, if you're running home late from work or your kids' activities,
Yeah.
you gotta just keep moving, you know?
You got to keep moving, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing, because the salmon's going to start baking here. The potatoes are already baking behind us, so we're taking a quick break. When we come back, how to turn a watermelon into a slushie ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. The fun foodie mama, Kiva Williams, is with us today. She's sharing dishes for a fun family feast. A tomato basil salad, citrus marinated salmon with baked potatoes, and a watermelon slushy. Before the break, we chopped up a colorful collection of veggies for our salad: tomatoes, cucumbers, radishes, red onions, avocado, and some chopped basil. And combined it all with the vinaigrette we made earlier, covering it and letting it rest in the fridge for the flavors to come alive and come together. Then we portion our salmon, seasoning and marinating with the same vinaigrette, a little butter, and an orange slice, which is cooking away in our air fryer. And if you're cooking this at home, you can marinate the salmon ahead of time for even more of a citrus flavors, right?
Yes, yes.
How long would you like to be able to have that marinated? What's like kind of the max?
At least 30 minutes.
Okay.
But, you know, overnight is okay too.
Overnight is okay too. All right. So then we've got this watermelon slushy next that I'm so intrigued with. And all you're doing right now is just getting some lime juice at the bottom of this blender.
Watermelon and lime go perfectly together. They're the dynamic duo. And I'm from the South. I was born and raised in Tennessee, grew up in Georgia, live in Florida, and watermelon is part of my DNA.
It's part of the DNA.
Yeah, so I'm gonna create this slushy, get it to a nice consistency for you.
Okay.
And I want you to give me your opinion, because, you know, it's a summer treat.
It's a summer treat. This is perfect.
So we just added the lime juice. We're gonna add the watermelon.
Okay.
And since we have this powerhouse Vitamix, I mean, of course, I would say go seedless, but hey, whatever you have at home.
This is gonna polarize it all.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar,
okay,
because it gives it a little sweeter taste. I mean, not too much. This is about 1/4 of a cup.
Okay.
And if you're watching your sugar, you can add less.
Absolutely. And if you didn't want to use sugar, could you use honey or could you use agave?
Yes,
could you mix it up a little bit
yes,
too?
You could.
Okay, cool.
And then the key ingredient is the ice, because we want it to turn into a slushy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add a little bit first at a time, and then we'll adjust once we power on the blender. So since it's summer, like I said, watermelon is in season. And
it's
it goes
fresh.
Perfect.
It's clean.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna turn it slowly. All right, I think we got our consistency we want.
I love it.
And if you want to let this sit in the freezer for 5-10 extra minutes, you can. But this is perfect for me. And I'm gonna pour you a glass.
Okay.
And of course, you can like decorate it with some limes, or maybe adding some watermelon chunks if you want to.
Okay.
If you're having like a party, you want to make it a little bit more festive.
I love it.
But it's so refreshing, especially after a meal. And yeah, watermelon slushy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh.
It's good, right?
Let's just get into it. When you have been mowing the lawn and it's the weekend and you're like, man, it was hot and I had to do this. This is what you want afterwards. This is what you want after being outside, doing the yard work, and you're just saying, I need something that's just cool, happy. This is all of that in all of this drink. This is fantastic.
Yes. And the limes give it a good bite.
A little kick right there with that acidity, which you need, because for a slushy, which could maybe compete with the fake fruit fluorescent ones that are at the gas station, we all know which ones we're talking about.
Right.
I know you do too, from the gas station there. Grab the recipe for Kiva's watermelon smoothie and everything she's been making at our website, dinnerdeas.com. When we come back, we'll be taste testing our salmon, the salad, and our taters ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We've been having fun and food today with, who else? The fun foodie mama, Kiva Williams. She's been sharing recipes ready for summer. A tomato basil salad, a citrus marinated salmon, both using the same vinaigrette, also with baked potatoes and the watermelon slushy that we made right before the break, which is to die for. But so does this salmon look to die for.
I love the air fryer effect.
Right? It just really crisps up. You got beautiful color, and it just still flakes right apart here.
And that butter did its job.
Keeping it moist.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
I love it.
And this meal pairs so easy for busy moms. I'm a mom of 3. We're always on the go, so
you're on the go, and you know what else I like about it? It's because of this salad here. It's economical. Times for some, it gets expensive at the grocery store sometimes.
So expensive.
this, you can do even more in bulk. You want to throw some pasta in it, you get another meal out of it the next day.
Yes, multi-purpose. I love that.
Wow, that is very good. How do you like it?
I love it. I love the crunch of the radishes. And now I'm gonna dig into the potatoes because this is a light meal, but the potato gives you a little heartiness, you know? And I'm the one who eats the skin. Do you do skin?
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay, cool, cool.
It has to have the skin.
Right.
A little bit of butter, a little salt and pepper. That's it.
Perfect.
You know, like this is perfect for summer. This is really, you know, your metabolism just kind of wants to break it down, but you're not ready to eat the big meals. You want light, clean, and just on the go.
You can control what you're putting into it, so it's perfect because
fried in air, not in oil.
Right.
And still absolutely delicious. This was an absolute winner. Thanks again to Kiva Williams. She writes all about things, food, family, and fun across Tampa Bay. There's a link to her on our website, dinnerdeas.com, which is where you can grab the recipes for everything we've been making today. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more Dinner Dias.